Hey everybody, it's Emily at Arc Schooling, and welcome back to another episode of Homeschool Tidbits. Welcome back to an episode of Homeschool Tidbits. Today we're doing episode 58, and I'm going to be sharing some tips for teaching multiple ages. In this weekly video series, I will delve briefly into a topic related to homeschooling, and I'll share some of my knowledge and expertise as a longtime homeschooling mother of 4 children, 3 of whom who have graduated and 1 who is a college graduate. When I first began homeschooling, I had a 4-year-old and 1-year-old twins. And at that point, my goals were just to survive the day without losing my mind. Now, fast forward a few more years, and I was homeschooling an 8-year-old, and I had 5-year-old twins who were ready to start school. So that was the first year that I homeschooled all 3 for the first time. I made the decision that we would do all of the same content subjects together. So when we started our morning, we all read aloud the same book together, and we did our history, our science, whatever the content subject was, and then we would break off into individual work. I am a firm believer in keeping your homeschool simple, and that means streamlining whenever possible. If I had tried to do individual work for every subject with 3 kids, my days would have been very long and very stressful, and I did not wish to do that. So I streamlined. I did that until my oldest started high school. And by that point, she was almost entirely independent anyhow. But for the majority of our homeschool years, we family schooled. One of my favorite benefits of this method of homeschooling is that family bond that I often talk about. We shared the same read-alouds together. We studied the same things. So we were all working and learning together. I loved those years. I love how close it brought my children and how many stories and subjects and projects that we all still remember and talk about from those years of learning. But how does that work on the daily? The way I often try to describe this method of teaching to people is to describe it as a bus ride. So think about being on a bus. We all get on at the same bus stop, so we all start on the bus together. We all do our family subjects first. Maybe that looks like you do your morning basket time, or read aloud, your history, and your science. Then, when it's time for things like math and language arts, which are typically more independent, geared toward your child's specific grade level or age, then we start to let people off the bus so they can do their independent work. So each of them still gets one-on-one time with me as needed, but I don't have to be with each of them at the same time. I'm still driving the bus, but along the way my kids have all gotten off at their own stops. This is where independent work becomes a part of your daily routine. That analogy of being on a bus works to a point, but when you're looking at your actual schedule, when you're trying to figure out how to make this work with your actual homeschool in your day, I recommend looking for things that you can assign independent work to one of your children so that you can work with another. Your oldest perhaps could be doing their grammar or their independent reading while you work on phonics or math with your younger child. But what if you have more than 2 kids? It still works the same way. Have things that they can do that don't require your constant assistance while you can work with the others. Maybe that looks like doing a coloring page or watching a video or playing a computer game for a younger child while you are working with another. This is where fostering independence begins. Even a very young child can be given a simple assignment, maybe color a picture or practice handwriting or watch a short educational video so that you can focus your attention on something else, whether that's homeschooling or loading the dishwasher. As your children get older, they can start taking on more and more independent work. but you can still maintain those family subjects. I was reading aloud to my twins when they were in high school, so you can still have those moments where you're all working together and learning together. It's just going to change as they get older, but the essence still remains. Learning together as a family is such a gift to all of you. I have loved homeschooling my children, and I'm so glad that we had so many family bonding moments to look back on. And I wish the same for you. If you found this video helpful, I hope that you'll check out Build Your Library curriculum. Build Your Library is a secular, literature-rich homeschool curriculum inspired by Charlotte Mason's philosophy of education. Based on nearly 20 years of homeschooling, I created the curriculum that I wished I'd had when I first started homeschooling my children. I've spent thousands of hours cultivating the best literature to enhance your children's studies. Our lesson plans make homeschooling simple. Just open up your lesson plans, gather your books, and go. Our easy-to-use lesson plans include everything you need to homeschool. Just add math. Choose from our full year K-12 levels, as well as fun topical unit studies and our newest product, Lit Bites. With Build Your Library, you will cultivate a home library filled with captivating literature, and you'll raise children who become lifelong learners. So snuggle up with our lesson plans and a great book or three and have your best homeschool year ever. Let me know down below in the comments what is your best advice for someone who is just starting out homeschooling multiple children. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this tidbit to be helpful. Remember to come back next week for more homeschooling inspiration. Until next time, happy reading. Goodbye.